Welcome back to week 2 of Debris Girls.
A podcast dedicated to all things trash. So last week was our inaugural episode.
And was it trash or treasure?
That's for you to determine, to be honest. I think we did pretty good for our first ever podcast.
Yeah, one take wonders.
Yeah, I've never really watched or listened to that many podcasts.
No.
And
So we have nothing to judge it on.
Correct. Trying to be as minimalistic as possible because this shouldn't be work. It should just be fun.
100%.
So yeah,
we didn't even dust off the chairs.
We didn't even dust off the chairs. We think it adds to the look. If you are watching this as opposed to listening, you'll see we're still in a construction zone, and you may hear some banging in the background.
Yeah, putting in some flooring.
We are Debris Girls after all.
We are. We'll have to go clean it up afterwards.
Yeah, but we're taking a break to film week 2, which on this week's episode, we are diving in to whether or not astrology is trash or treasure. We're going to call this episode Astro Trash. Horoscopes and Cosmic Garbage.
I love that.
Yeah, so the inspiration behind this episode has come to us recently because I would say, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, probably a couple weeks ago.
As you know, Sharon and I are friends beyond this podcast. But sometimes we talk astrology, and Sharon was sending me my horoscope.
And little pointers about life that I was finding through just like checking my daily horoscope. I hadn't meant to, but in the mornings I always read the news. You know, when you swipe on your phone and you get all the news things, and all of a sudden my daily horoscope started popping up, and I started reading it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of accurate. And then you do what you do, and you start reading your friends' horoscopes.
Yeah,
and
that's
you're like,
what everybody does.
Oh, also accurate. And then I'd be like, check this out. And yeah, and so then we started kind of chatting about it, and we decided that we're going to investigate it a little further.
So yeah, I've always been into astrology a little bit. I'm a big fan of kind of reading my horoscope and debating whether it's true or not. So after the inspiration from Sharon being like, sending me these horoscopes from, I think it was just Globe and Mail.
I think so, yeah.
I was like, this isn't good enough. I want an app. So I did some research, about 30 seconds worth, went to the App Store.
Perfect amount.
Downloaded an app.
Was it the first one that came up?
I think so.
Nice.
Yeah, it was free.
Yes.
Because I don't want to spend any money. And now I haven't.
If it's behind a paywall, it's not true.
Yeah, not worth it. I didn't even have to log in. You just download it and open it and then click your sign.
Excellent.
And we're here to discuss whether that app is trash or treasure, and just about astrology itself.
Okay, so before we get into that, let's talk about us and our astrology.
Yeah.
So I'm a Pisces.
I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah. So we're both water signs.
Yeah.
Previous to delving into astrology, I'm not sure I'd really be able to tell you much about it. Like, a couple of years ago, my daughter got into it a little bit, and she talked about moon signs and sun signs, and I listened, but I didn't. I was like, well, whatever. And I'd always read it kind of like at the end of a magazine or whatever, but I never put much stock in it. And then, I downloaded this app also, and so we are going to talk about that. But before we talk about that, we wanted to talk about what we think our sign means for us. So, like, as a Pisces, what does that mean? So, I think, just again, based 100% on me, I think that it's going to tell me that I am emotionally intelligent.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I think that I'm empathetic, like that I care about people, but that I'm also highly judgmental.
Fun fact, Scorpio and Pisces are very compatible signs. So this is another reason why we're diving into this, because our friendship is strange, but we like it.
We do.
And I think it has 100% to do with our astrology.
100%.
So my prediction, as a Scorpio, what the traits are going to be about me is that I'm very intense. Scorpios are often labeled as intense. I'm great in bed, passionate. 100% is what it's going to say. And that if you cross me, that's it. Game over, you're dead to me. But I am loyal. But as soon as you cross me, game done. Effing over. Yeah. So with that out of the way, now that you know Sharon's a Pisces and I'm a Scorpio, I think that we got to dive into this app. So Sharon's got the app on her phone. Now, we are not sponsored in any way or form.
Mm-mm.
We are open to sponsorship deals, though. So if you have something or want something to be talked about, we're here for it. We could strike up a deal. But this is just us being two people passionate about horoscopes.
Yes. So the app is just called
Daily Horoscope.
and it's a little Daily Horoscope. Looks like this when you open it. I don't know.
You can't, if you're listening, you can't see it.
It's
just
purple
has
and has a bunch of pictures of the signs. Okay, so what are we gonna? And it's quite a comprehensive app.
Yep.
So you open it, it opens to your daily horoscope, but you also can look at your yearly horoscope, the compatibility. You can pick your sign and another sign and see how compatible you are. Has characteristics. There's the Chinese zodiac is in there, as well as the Druid. I have no idea what that is. I've never looked at it. Maybe we'll.
I think it has something to do. Yeah, I think
it looks like it's a bunch of trees.
Yeah, when I downloaded it, it tells you what kind of tree you are. Something about your tree.
Definitely a hornbeam.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
We're not there. Okay, so what are we gonna look at first?
Okay, first off, we want to know characteristics.
Okay.
So on this app, it talks about characteristics, and I want to know if what I think about myself is true, and I want to know if what you think is true.
I'm going to pull up Scorpio, and let's see. Oh, strong start. Scorpio is one of the most profound and outwardly impressive signs of the zodiac, with a very intense emotional energy that makes them stand out among their peers.
You're welcome.
So, correct.
The world is gifted with me, Alex RB.
They are truly magnetic, but they can be volatile and unpredictable at times.
Oh, yes. I think many of my friends could second that.
But that's only because they experience deep passion. Oh, holy 2 for 2.
It's almost like I've read this before.
Did you?
Well,
I didn't read mine.
I would have read it like a month ago when I first downloaded it, or a few weeks ago.
Okay,
and I'm not a great reader, so I would have got bored and walked away.
It is kind of long. There's strong, consistent, lasting commitment to family and long-term friends that are like members of the family. I think that's very true about you. Let's see. It may be hard to win the heart of a Scorpio, but once you do, you have someone you can count on for life. There you go.
Hear that, folks?
Once someone does them wrong, it can be hard or more likely impossible to get back into their good graces.
Oh, yeah, I'm harsh. Cutthroat.
Scorpio is also known as the sexiest sign of the zodiac.
You, again, are welcome.
God, they're very affectionate and giving lovers who believe in keeping the fire in a relationship. So if you have a Scorpio lover, get ready for a life of passion and excitement.
I bet you if you had a Scorpio lover, you didn't know that. Or maybe you did.
Yeah. Woo! You were really good. I did not read mine ahead of time, so I'm sure
I didn't really, but I've also been into it before. Yeah,
that's true. I'm new to like what my sign means for me. But here, let's open up Pisces and see. Okay, Pisceans?
Pisceans.
That's what
I'm going to start calling you Sharon the Piscean.
Are able to adapt emotionally to any environment.
Well, you are living in a trash environment.
Yes, I am, and doing it well.
Yep.
Their symbol is a pair of fishes, one swimming above the other in opposite directions. They possess some duality in their personality. On one hand, they can be kind, compassionate, sensitive, and very understanding. But at the same time, Pisces people like to keep their true emotions under wrap and play great focus on their inner journey. Okay.
Are you on an inner journey?
I'm always on an inner journey.
Let's not get into that.
No, that's another episode.
For your therapist?
Probably better place there. And it would definitely go on the trash side of trash or treasure. Let's see. When Pisces dwells in a living situation that is less than ideal and not significantly affect their mood and relationship, Pisces need to create a home environment that is safe haven to thrive and flourish. There we go.
Are you working on that?
I am working on that really, really. Kate, no, I'm not working on that. I'm facilitating other people working on it because still.
Right.
So, like, yes, on the periphery, but other people are working on that for me.
I would say it counts. I feel like this is tracking so far.
Yeah, I think so. What else? Pisces also live to please and be well thought of. Ooh, I don't know that one tracks.
Maybe. I feel like you actually do please people you care about.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Like, you'd show up for me.
100% I would.
But
Pisces need to work on not being impulsive in relationships. That's probably, they need to take the time to really know someone before jumping into a serious relationship. Slowly built romance is one that could last a lifetime.
Oh, well.
There we go.
Now we know. Okay, so, like, your guesses were pretty
good.
Decent.
Yeah.
I feel like we learned a little bit more. Now, on the compatibility side of things, what does it say about us as friends? So,
so should I put myself in first or you in first?
Me.
Okay, so we'll do Scorpio. Of course you do. Scorpio and Pisces. Let's see.
I'm giving in the bedroom, nowhere else.
Here it is. The relationship between Scorpio and Pisces is almost magical.
Oh, wow.
It's full of amazing love and passion for each other.
Oh, God.
Pisces will accept you as you are and work with your flaws for the greater benefit of the relationship. Pisces will understand and touch you in a way that no one else has before.
Sharon, you have to ask for permission first.
Deal. On the other hand, your practical approach to life and your no-nonsense attitude is what Pisces requires to make sure that Pisces' wild imagination does not get the best of them. Pisces tend to be overly emotional, and you will therefore need to be careful and watch what you say.
Oh. I don't think I'm always careful and watch what I say.
No, you're not.
I'm not going to change that.
Yeah, but it does say that the kind of love Scorpio and Pisces has is the undying kind, and no matter what happens, you will hold on to each other.
Oh,
so it looks like you're stuck with me.
Maybe that's why we started a podcast.
Maybe.
Because we're so compatible that it just flows
we're
like hot garbage.
And we're just like cementing it forever in video online. It'll never go away.
Love that.
It'll exist for
everybody,
eternity.
Including myself. So, you know what? I am kind of like, have always been a believer that horoscopes there's truth behind them. Now, do you think most people believe that? Or is it like, what do you think people's take is on whether they love it, hate it, truth, non-truth?
I think people are more skeptical than you, right? Like, I think that, well, at least in the Western world, I would say that we are more skeptical of astrology and horoscopes, and that it's a fun thing, but we don't take them very seriously.
Right. But with this app, so we have been reading our horoscopes daily now.
Yeah.
And I read my own, and then I read Sharon's, and vice versa for her.
Yes.
And they have been eerily accurate.
Eerily accurate.
Yeah. Like the other day I had a bit of a thing with my dog, and then it just like, it called it out.
It did. It absolutely did.
And I didn't care for that.
No. I didn't love that for you either. And then, it was, and even today, the horoscopes today talked about being in a partnership beyond a friendship and to be practical about it and have conversations about what that partnership means beyond the friendship. And then it's a podcast day, right?
Yeah.
Like,
we didn't know that going in.
Yeah, we didn't.
So I'm here to say that, like, this app so far, to me, if you were to say trash or treasure,
I would say treasure. Yeah. And a week and a half ago, I probably would have said trash. And like, it's a fun time, but no. But like after this week and the highs and lows and how this app and our horoscopes just like connected like that.
It's creepy, actually.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's a little creepier than I wanted it to be. Yours have been like eerily, because I know what's going on in your life a little bit, have been eerily too close to home, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
so I would say I'm definitely over the cusp of becoming a believer. Like, I'm definitely headed that. And I would say that this app is a treasure.
Yeah. I haven't really been, because I've only had it for like a couple weeks. The weekly one, I don't know.
Oh, I haven't even looked.
Has yet to be determined. So they do weekly as well.
Okay. No.
And those are often long, and I get distracted.
Oh, that's fair. I think the daily one is scary enough that I just stopped with that.
Yeah. So our take on the app is you should get it, try it, let us know. Now, we're only 2 signs.
We are only 2 signs.
There are several other ones out there, so I'm
like
curious.
10 more, I think.
Yeah, I'm curious if they also track for those signs.
Right.
So this leads us into our next segment of this week's Hot Garbage.
Ooh,
Astro red flags.
Ooh, Astro red flags.
So I got one. You know what's a huge Astro red flag? Geminis. Just as an encompassing whole, Geminis. If you're a Gemini, you know what? I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not, because you're two-faced. And I just don't care for Geminis.
And if your partner's a Gemini, just run.
Yeah.
Run,
bad
get
news.
out.
They make horrific partners.
Yeah.
They can be decent friends. From my experience, I feel like they could be an okay friend, not a good lover. Because they're two-faced. They can't commit. Geminis can't commit.
Interesting.
So anyway, that's an Astro red flag to me. It's Geminis. Just a outright, they say they're a Gemini, run. Now, am I one of those people that sometimes might look up somebody's astrology and see if it's compatible with a Scorpio? Maybe. Maybe I'm that person.
I'm definitely gonna be that person. Yeah. Is that maybe a red flag?
Is it an Astro red flag?
Is
You
it
know,
Astro?
I think
Looking up
I think it's a
compatibility.
beige flag.
Okay, I like it. Beige
I'm
flag.
caring
And
about the potential of our. Like,
if you're putting a lot of stock into what
Yeah.
those say, then it makes sense that you would reference
And,
that,
like,
right?
we talked about the characteristics, like several of it tracked for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So if their personality traits aren't going to work with mine,
Right.
then it's just a no-go.
And do we think that we can stereotype? Like, can we broadly say that all Pisces would be similar to me for the most part?
Can we, or will I? Because
Okay.
I'm going to.
Yeah, you're going to.
Yeah.
I guess we can then.
Yeah.
We can.
There you go.
We can. So if you were a fellow Pisces, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Keep giving her.
Yeah, Scorpios are good too, but
yeah, find
Geminis,
yourself a Scorpio.
Screw off. Well, find yourself a Scorpio and then don't piss them off.
Right.
Because it is scary when they're mad.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then red flags. So we got Geminis for sure. Red flags. Another red flag in astrology.
What do you have one?
I would say it's a red flag. When people know their peripheral signs, when they're like, I'm a Pisces with my moon in Scorpio with my sun in, I think that might be a red flag. That might be too deep at this point where I'm at. You know, maybe a month from now I'll be like, that's a green flag. But right now, if someone can tell me their sign, their moon sign, their sun sign, their rising sign, it's too much.
I did look mine up the other day. Because Love is Blind was talking about it, and I was like, "What's my moon's rising sun, whatever?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it. Yeah. So I guess I'm not a beige flag. I did screenshot the answers though. Yeah. And kept them to reference.
But it's not something like if someone was like, "Tell me your sign," you're not going to be like, "Well, I'm a Scorpio with my moon in this and my second moon in that."
True.
Right?
I just know that I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, I think it's fine if you know what you are, but if you know all that other things, red flag.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I'm sure there's many more red flags out there, but I
pretty much stuck on Gemini.
Yeah, I just can't get past Geminis. They're just no. Yep. Just no. And my nephew's a Gemini, which is like it's going to cause us turmoil in the future. But he's family, and Scorpios are also very loyal to family. So
intrigued how that situation.
Rock in a hard place on that one. Thank God I love him. Yes.
I would be intrigued how many of your other family members might be
Geminis. Well, there is another cousin that's a Gemini.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on to one of our favorite segments. Trash or treasure.
Trash or treasure.
So on this segment, I'm going to give you kind of like an option, and you have to tell me, is it trash or treasure?
Okay.
And if I feel the need that you need to defend it, I'm going to say defend.
Okay.
And you have to defend that.
Okay.
Whether you think it's trash or treasure. Okay, first off, astrology TikToks.
Treasure.
Oh, I don't have TikTok, so
100% treasure.
Wow, she's all in on that one. Birth chart compatibility readings.
Trash.
Oh, okay. Mercury in retrograde blame game.
The treasure.
Defend it. You had to think way too hard on that one.
I did, because like if somebody else does it, I'm like, whatever, get over it. But I also like to use that as an excuse. So
you like the strategy side of it.
Yes, I like to be able to blame something out of my control.
I have never once used that as an excuse, but I'd never actually know. Although
I used it as an excuse before I knew what it meant.
True.
I just like, Mercury's in retrograde. No idea what that meant.
Well, I guess, okay, well then.
So I think
I have another thing to bring up after we're done this treasure. Astrology-based workouts.
Trash.
I've never actually even heard of that.
There's no way.
I want to look it up though. Try.
I think ours will be swimming because we're water signs.
Terrible swimmer.
What about the fire signs? What do they do?
They walk on hot coals.
Oh my goodness, no, trash. 100% trash.
Okay, last one. Zodiac roast merch.
As someone who owns some, I'm gonna have to go treasure.
I kind of enjoy it. I feel like it validates my feelings.
It's also important. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So you know what we also didn't talk about the other day, and my sister actually sent it to me because she's a Pisces, so that's why we get along. But I also sent it to you because you're a Pisces. Is the signs that are going into, like, it's kind of attaches to Mercury retrograde. There's this weird Aquarius something is happening right now in which Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio are entering their villain era all the way until January.
Yeah.
They are not putting up with
Buckle
anybody's
up.
BS, and they're just here to take you out.
Yeah, and I really feel like I'm embracing that.
Yeah, me too.
Right? Like I'm starting to really expect people to meet my standards and not give so much second chancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No F's given.
Yeah, I think we're there.
My given F meter is broken.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it out.
I like that
It's
for you.
just spinning round and round and with the middle finger.
We don't need that.
So,
okay.
Coming to an end here, I think our time is pretty close to up. Do we think that astrology is trash or treasure? Just as a general, is it trash or treasure?
I'm going to go treasure.
Yeah, it's a treasure.
Yeah.
It brings me joy. Regardless of it being true or not, it brings me joy. It gives me something to, like, ponder.
Yeah. And it gives me a connection also, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when I check my horoscope and then I check your horoscope and various other friends' horoscopes, I'm like, oh, I put more weight in it than I think I probably should, because, like, last week I did read another friend's. I was like, oh, they're going to have a bad day. I was like,
and did they?
They did. And so I just checked in and it was like one of those, just thinking of you, right? But I was like, oh, your horoscope said it was not going to be a good one. And right, I don't know. It's just, it's neat.
Yeah, I like it. And so knowing that, I also think it's a treasure. I don't really have a belief system, so I'm going to just make horoscopes my belief system officially now.
Yes.
So knowing that, I know that I'm going to continue to use the app moving forward.
I'm going to continue to use the app. And I think I'm going to get into that druid thing. I want to know what tree I really am.
I think I read mine, but I can't remember what it was.
And then I'm going to plant it.
What if it's not for this climate?
Then I'm not going to plant it.
You can think about it, though. Maybe you can grow it in your house.
Or I could get a picture of one and put it on the wall in my bathroom.
Oh, I like that
bathroom
for you.
art. Horoscope trees.
Horoscope trees?
Bathroom art.
All right. So tune in next week where we discuss whether we have actually continued looking at our horoscopes.
Yes.
And I hope that you continue to play Mercury retrograde if you're having a trash time. And that's not my phone ringing. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. But we will see you next week on Debris Girls, where we talk everything trash. Bye.